Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm doing well. Mr. Hewlett told me, well, I called you and we were able to schedule this meeting. May I take a seat?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Mr. Hewlett told me that you'll be the perfect person to talk to about your company and also what's going on. So, how are you doing?
Everything's going really good, and yeah, I will say I'm the person who's in charge of most of the marketing stuff. So yeah, tell me, what are you here for today?
Yeah, I met with Mr. Hewlett at this convention that I went to, and he told me more about what Rosetta Stone is doing and the improvements you guys are making. And I would love to hear from you. Like, how has it been working with Rosetta Stone?
Well, I believe since I started about 5 years ago, it's been a really great company. It has allowed me to develop since I was a sales trainee all the way up to where I am right now.
Yeah.
And that I feel like our company always lets you grow and you can move within all the positions, and that's really awesome.
That is pretty awesome. And how has that experience been for you, being here for 5 years now?
I really love it. I'm not gonna lie, because we have the opportunity to work with different customers and help all of them as much as we can. And that's the main goal every time you have a business.
Definitely. And that's my mission here today, is to talk to you and understand your business better and help you in any way we can over at HubSpot. But I would love to open the floor and let you know that I believe we do have 15 minutes for today's meeting.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, perfect. I want to be conscious of your time and respectful of it. So I would love to get the meeting started with asking you, I did speak to Mr. Hewlett, and he mentioned to me that you guys have a B2B business unit, and you guys have been struggling with managing your accounts. Can you explain to me what's going on there?
Yeah, of course. So one of the main issues that we have had is that we have like a change, like a chain of work, and it starts with our sales assistants, which do the main work of collecting information on accounts, plugging into a spreadsheet, then presenting a report at the end of the week, and pretty much, so that's how they collect the information. We pay them by hour, and then that's pretty much the issue that we have, is that we don't have live information. So well, they're working on something else might be happening, so we don't have that real data.
I see. And how frustrating is that?
Well, it's really frustrating because, as you already know, like, if you have data but you don't have a way to interpret data, it's like it's useless.
I could understand that. And how does that affect your role here in Rosetta Stone?
Well, as you know, like, it goes from the sales assistants to the sales reps.
Yep.
Then it comes me and my boss, who gets mad at me because the numbers are not going really well, to be honest.
I see. And how is that impacting your relationship with your boss?
Well, we're getting more pressure, so now our sales reps we increased the quotas. Well, not me directly, but it was increased, and they got more territory, so we have more customers, and we have, not say less sales rep, but that if we have more work but we don't have the appropriate way to do the work, it's like we're getting customers but we are not giving the satisfaction they should have.
I understand. So you feel as if your customers are not getting the best experience possible.
Yeah, and as you may know, our company strives to do the best we can, and if we're not having that with our customers, I believe that's gonna be a downhill from here.
Yeah, and as we know in business, word of mouth marketing is huge. So them having a negative experience, they're going to talk about that with the people they know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'd agree with me that fixing that problem was top of mind, right?
Yeah, that's one of our top priorities right now.
I got it. And can you explain to me what process? I understand how you guys have the sales assistants who gets the reports and the data and finalizes for the week. But how do you guys currently track the transactions and the conversations that you guys are having with your customers?
So when it comes to all the communications, like emails or phone calls, the only thing that our sales reps do is that they take notes on whatever comes out of the conversation, or how many times they reach to a customer, which can be a little messy because sometimes you don't keep track of how many times you talked to a customer in the past 2 weeks.
Yep.
So then this information gets transferred to the sales assistants, which not only handle all the money part of the sales that they're making, but also about the communication. So it's pretty much all the processes going to them. And sometimes it can get a little messy because you have a spreadsheet, like you have a bunch of cells and maybe it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, no, you have a great point, and I believe I'm getting a better understanding of the whole situation here. So your salespeople are ultimately not collecting the correct data that your sales assistants need to report to, which could also be incorrect because of all of these problems, right?
Exactly.
Wow. And if, let's say, for the next few months or maybe to the end of this year, if it continues this way, what's going to happen to you guys? How does this kind of translate to forecasting?
Well, when it comes to forecasting, we got a kind of unstable projection because our main problem right now is to solve and increase we need to fulfill the quotes, we need to increase the sales, but if sales are decreasing and we don't keep up better numbers, my boss, he's gonna keep putting pressure into me and we're gonna have to start laying people off.
Oh my. And I'm sure that's not what you want at the end of the day.
No, because at the end of the day, that's not gonna solve the problem, because we're gonna cut costs, but then how are we gonna generate more revenue if we don't have enough people?
True. That's a great point that you're making. And, here at HubSpot, we've had situations in the past where successful customers now, have been in situations like that. So would it be alright if I share some information about what it is we do and how we can solve those problems?
Yeah, that will be great, so I can get to know more about you. Now you have heard a lot about me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So here at HubSpot, we have have you heard of a CRM platform before?
Yes, a little bit.
What do you know about a CRM platform?
Well, I know that CRM helps you to pretty much organize information. I'm not entirely sure how. So.
That's a great starting point. We have one platform that all the teams from sales, marketing, customer service, and even I thought it was like the sales, marketing, and customer service teams can be a part of. So all of this information that your sales assistants are getting, which from what you're telling me are incorrect pieces of data, can all be a live platform, one live platform for all these teams to see and work with. So I know that you're having no live info. You told me you're also getting a lot of pressure with your sales team and their quota. You also mentioned that there's only notes, maybe handwritten or maybe on a Word document, and a number, just a number of how many times they're reaching out to their customers. And the forecasting is pretty unstable. So I would love to keep talking about my product and the greatness that it has, but I would like to know if my product can solve these problems, which it has done in the past. Would you be interested in learning how?
Yeah, I would like to know how, because you said those are really great things, but how can that actually help me with all the issues that I have right now, and knowing that if our sales are not going well, it could be an issue for that too.
Yep, you make a great point. And you brought up also that cutting costs is the first thing you're going to do, which is obviously going to impact your profitability in a positive way. But you also did mention you want to generate revenue, which is going to solve the problem, correct?
Yeah.
We've dealt with customers in the past that have been in the same situation as you, that they were going to cut costs in immense amounts, and it would help their profitability in the short term. But at the end of the day, generating revenue is where it's at. We've had customers in the past have from anywhere from 30 to 80% increase in revenue after the first year using our products. And I would like to know, what would that mean to you if you don't have to let go of these people and could generate from 50 to 80% more revenue in a year?
Well, that would be great because that could improve significantly the forecast that we have.
Yep.
And increasing sales, it's the main goal, but also not letting people go because it's people who have been here for years. So the main goal is not just to get a CRM platform, just kick them off. So I would love to know too how, do you teach our staff? Because I know that it's gonna be a new platform and not everyone knows how to use it. Like we use something for data entry, which is SAP, and then people need to get training on that. So is that something we can get with you?
Got it. So your main question of concern is the training/education part of using our platform.
Yes.
Got it. So one thing that here at HubSpot we do have, two things. One, we have customer success people, or if this is something you think is worthwhile and valuable for your company, They're going to help onboard you and help make that you guys are successful with your experience, number one. And then number two, there's actually a HubSpot Academy that's free that anyone can do online, that we can get your people started today, and they can take courses and become certified in our platform at their own time. So they're actually going to learn from us how to use the program and help them get certified and trained. Does that answer your question with both of those?
Yes, is that something that takes a long, like with your experience, do people usually take a long time to learn that? Because that will be another factor to consider.
That is definitely another factor to consider. But I think if you guys set incentives and goals within your own company and teams, giving maybe some deadlines of when you guys expect them to get it done, that would work favorably for you guys. It's not really up to us. Depends on what kind of timeline you guys have. And they can really get it done, we've seen on average in a week, 2 weeks time. So it's all about how you want to divide it and what works for you guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Everything that you have told me seems really interesting so far, and I believe it could really help my company. But now, I have heard about other companies who are who also work with CRM,
Got it.
such as Pardot.
Okay.
Okay, so why would you think I will pick your company instead of another CRM?
Got it. So I would love to first say I love that you're looking around and shopping around. There's so much information out there. It's good that you're getting the right decision, and I do hope it's with us. But what sets us apart from the other vendors out there that you can find online or speak with is our customer success team. I can only do so much to get the platform in your hands, but when it comes to that team over there, they're going to ensure that your team is using it and utilizing it to the best of their abilities, and number two, making sure that you're getting out every dime of the investment that you're going to make with HubSpot, just like we do with other successful customers. So making sure that you're being helped and that your company is growing and being successful is top of mind over at HubSpot. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, perfect. So what I'd love to do now, well, do you have any other questions or any other hesitations before we go ahead and move forward today?
Yeah. What can you tell me about the pricing with HubSpot?
Yep, a lot of customers in this stage of the conversation have that thought, and I know that we're running a little short on time, so I'm going to get all this information here that we spoke about. I thank you for sharing this with me. I'm going to get something personalized for you. We do have a free version of our CRM, but is that going to address all the concerns that you brought up to me? I can't say for certain it will. So I'm going to take this back. I'm going to give you some time to digest the conversation we had. And I say if we regroup and meet again next Thursday, let's say at 7 p.m., we can discuss those pricing informations and also see what we can do next.
Okay, that will be great.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I'll go ahead and send you an invite. And in the meantime, once I get that proposal over, I'll email it to you so you can review it before we get
Awesome.
on that meeting.
By any chance, are you going to bring something like a presentation that we can share with other people from my team?
Yes, two things. I will have that presentation ready to go, plus the proposal, the mock proposal. It's a standard template, really, just to kind of get our feet wet with the conversation. And number two, who do you think would need to be in that meeting?
I will say that since our main issue was the forecast, that's one of the main reasons why we got to this meeting.
Yep.
We need to get with our CFO.
I see.
He's the one, money, financials.
Mm-hmm.
And we also need to get with, I'm gonna try to get my CEO, because my boss, the senior vice president, is not gonna be here.
I see.
So I need to get with them so I can discuss all what we talk about today, and maybe hope to get a decision for you next week, or let's see what they think with the presentation.
Perfect. Do you think you could give me their emails so that I can send over the calendar invite along with the proposal presentation so they're aware of what's going on?
Well, actually, I could try to talk to them first, because they don't know you yet.
Sure.
And then I will, once you send it to me, I will give you that contact information.
Okay, I think that's a great plan. just make them aware of the calendar invite, and if
Yeah.
for whatever reason they're busy and you want to reschedule, we can. I'm up for that. I appreciate you taking the time.
Awesome. Nice meeting you.
Likewise, lads. Thank you so much. That was